Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we'll be making this beautiful short with side ruffle. And if this is your first time of stopping by, hi, nice meeting you for the first time. Please consider subscribing to the channel, join the growing family, and let's get straight into the video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you find value in this video. So share my videos to family and friends, and I will see you at the end of the video. So I'll be using this pattern paper to cut out the short because of the star we are working on. And the first thing I did is to mark a straight line to serve as our starting point. And because I want this short to have a band of 1.5 inches, I'm going to place my tape at 1 inch. So that half inch will be our stitching allowance for that waist part. And then the length of the short is 14 inches. So I just marked at 14 inches. I'm going to be adding my stitching allowance, that's my hemming stitching allowance, as I am transferring this to our fabric. So I just connected that line straight so that it will be more visible, so that you guys will see what we are doing. So once I am done with that, still placing my tape at 1 inch, I'm going to go ahead and mark my crouch depth. And this is my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches or plus 2 inches, depending on how free you want it to be. So that's what I have here. And I am marking as 10 inches because I don't want it to be fitted at all. So you just, after I was done making it, it was just perfect. So if you don't want yours to have extra, like extra, you can just do add just 1.5 inches to your hip measurement divided by 4. So I just connected that line straight, and now that's hip measurement divided by 4. I'm going to go ahead and take my upper lap measurement. That's the biggest part of your lap. You're going to measure it and then divide it into 2. So you're dividing your lap, your knee, and whatever that goes down below into 2. Then from that lap measurement, I came in by 2.5 inches. And how do I get this 2.5 inches? That's my hip measurement divided by 4, and then whatever I have there, I will divide it by 4 again. Yes, so mine is 2.25, so I just rounded it up to 2.5. Then I went ahead to connect the line and then curve my crouch there, my give it and then curve it. So I hope you get this. And then I'm going to go ahead and slant this to meet the hem of this short, just because I don't want it to be fitted. I just came in a bit by half of an inch and then connected it. It's not something there's nothing serious going on there. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take my hip measurement divided by 4. But before we do that, I'm going to come up by 1.5 inches from my crouch depth, and this is my hip line. I hope you get this. If there's any question, please do where to leave it on the comment section. I don't know if I'm talking so fast. So at that point, I'm going to go ahead and take my hip measurement divided by 4. I'll make a mark there. And then at the waistline, I'm also going to go ahead and take my waist measurement divided by 4. If you're going to be attaching a zipper to yours, once you measure your waist measurement, there is no need adding extra allowance for ease or for band. But because I'm going to be attaching band to my, that's elastic and then waistband, I'm going to be, this shaping I'm doing here, I'm going to remove it afterwards. But just for the purpose of someone that doesn't want to have zip band, that want to attach zipper, so you want your waistline to be fitted. I hope you get this. So the waistline is going to be fitted because it's going to pass through the hip. I hope you understand this. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. I mean, you're going to be using it to cut out the back pattern. So for the back pattern, I just drew a straight line so that I will place this, just that is going to serve as the starting place, or where I'm going to starting place of this pattern. I don't even know what to call it, just to have a straight line there. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark the crouch line straight. And at this crouch line, I'm going to go ahead and mark 2 inches there. So because this is for children, I'm just going to add 2 inches for the crouch extension for the back one. So once I mark that, and then at the waistline, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches. So that's why I have a space there as I was placing the front pattern on it. So I'll mark 1.5 inches and then I'll connect it to the front waistline. So once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the side seam of this band. Then we are going to adjust it to cut out the other side, the center front or the center back. And this adjustment I did, I saw a video on this on TikTok, so I decided to use it. I've not tried this method before, and I decided to use it, and it came out very nice. It came out very well. There's no I didn't have any issue with the crouch extension and blah blah blah. So I just adjusted, moved the front one to meet that 2 inches that we marked, and then I cut it out. So this is for my front. For my front, from the center front, I am coming in by two. I'm coming in by 2.5 inches. So for that design that we have, we're going to slash this open. So I came in by 2.5 inches. I'll connect this line straight, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it open. So once I cut it open, I'm going to measure, label this center side and then center front. I don't want to mix this up with the back one. So I'll do the same thing for the back. But for the back, I am going to be marking at 4 inches. Remember, because the back is wider than the front. So I did 4 inches for the back, and then I'll repeat the same process, and then I will label it center, back, front, and back side. So this is what we have. You can see I added my stitching allowance all around, ½ inch stitching allowance. So this is the back side, and then the other one is the back front. I added stitching allowance ½ inch all around, and then at the hem part I added about 2 inches at that point. And I did the same thing for the front pattern as well. You can see the front side and the front abi, that's what I wrote. So I also added stitching allowance all around to it. So we're going to be using this ½ inch to join these two, so that it becomes one as we are done with the style. So you see this place, I said I'm not going to be shaping in it. You can see that it's now straight. So that's what I mentioned earlier. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, remove our middle, so that we'll be able to open this up, so that we're going to be joining the side first. So I'll pick up the two sides, the front side and the back side. That's what we're going to be working on now. The center front, the front center is what the front and the back front, both I kept it separately. So I'm going to make notches on the two sides, so that we know where we are working with. So that when I remove the pattern paper, I won't be confused. So that place I made notches at the side of this band. I hope you understand this. So the side, where you say we call your seam side, like the side of your body, so that's where I made the notches. And I'm going to make sure I have I'll pick up the front and then the back for each side, and make sure that place I make notches matches each other, so that by the time I stitch it down, I don't have any issue. So the front and the back, front facing front, I'll stitch it down, and I did the same thing for the other side. So for the fabric we are going to be using for our ruffle, I have strap of fabric here, 5 inches width, and then the length of it is as long as you need, or as full as you want your ruffle to be. So we are going to go ahead and measure away from our stitching allowance, our hemming part. I'll measure it and then divide it into 3. That division I did into 3, remember, one is going to overlap one, so I'm going to be adding about 2 inches to each of them, stitching allowance to each of them. I'm going to hem it, and then it's going to overlap this way. I hope you get it. So I use 1 inch to hem it, and then the other 1 inch is going to be for the overlapping. So that's what I have here. So you are going to divide the length you have there into 3. Whatever you have there, you add about 2 inches to it on both sides, to the measurement you have. So either you serge on both sides, or you just hem it this way on both sides. So this is what we have after joining the two sides. I have allowance that I'm going to trim it for tough. So how to know the up and the down is the up will have one side longer than one side because of that back extension that we added, and then the hem it is going to be a straight line. It's going to be a straight, so that's how to know the up and the down, in case you are confused. So you can see I am done hemming this. I don't know if I'm talking too fast. The next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm sorry it went off the camera, I didn't know, but what I did there is to just pin down this part we're going to be using as our ruffle, and you make sure it gets to the waistline. So I'll pin it down, and then I'll start gathering it into the fabric as I'm stitching. So you are going to be top stitching this at this point. So you're going to continue till you get to the end. Once you are done with that one, you are going to raise the first one up and place this one, the second one, under it by about half of an by 1 inch. So it's going to go under this one by 1 inch. I am sorry that it's not showing, but just know that the second one is going to be under the first one by 1 inch, and you repeat the same process of gathering it to the end, and then you do the same thing for the third ruffle. So this is what we have after we are done. This is what I was trying to explain. You can see that the second one is under the first one, and the third one is under the second one, right? So I'll pick up the side. This is the back front, right? So that's the center back. So I'll go ahead and pick it up, and you know that the back is higher than the front. So when you look at it, you see that this place is higher than this, so you know that this place is the back. So I'll pick this up, and then I will be doing front facing front. We're going to go ahead and join this to the center back, and I will bring the other side of the fabric and also check which side is higher than the other one. That was also the back, and then I'll pin it down as well, so that I don't mix it up as I'm stitching it down on my machine. So once I am done with that, I will then bring the front, that's the center front. I'll go ahead and pin it down at the other side. So now you know that the only side we have remaining is the center front, right? So I'll just pin it front facing front at this point, and then I'll bring in the other fabric also, and then pin it at the other side. I don't have anything on. And then I will go ahead and stitch down all these things that I just pinned down. So guys, this is what we have at this point. I'm done stitching this down. You can see what we have. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to bring in the back bodies, and I'll place this front facing front. So all I'm just showing you guys is that one is higher than one, so that you know the back and the front. So this side is higher than the other side. So I'll just place it front facing front, and then I'll go ahead and stitch this down by half of an inch, or how many inches allowance you added, all the way through. So guys, this is what we have after we are done. So this is the side seam line. I'm going to hold on to the two side seam line and then open it this way, so that there is no confusion. So you are not confused at this point. So once you hold it that way and you flip it to the other side, just like I did, it's going to make sense. Everything is going to come together. So I'm going to stitch the crush, the center fronts, and then I'm going to be leaving some allowance so that I'll be able to attach my band. So I'll just use my pin to hold this down so that you understand what I'm trying to say. Then once I am done stitching the center front, I'll open up this under of this short, and then I'll go ahead and arrange it well, and also do what, stitch it down all the way to the end, and then I'll go ahead and hem this as well. So guys, this is what we have after I was done, and then I also attached my band. At this point, I noticed that I was running out of fabric, so I just have a tiny piece of band of fabric remaining. So I just attached ½ inch or 0.75 inches band to it. So I'll be using the small elastic for this short. So I'm going to pass my elastic into it and then close up the remaining part of this short. And that's basically all for this tie. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, and support my channel in any way. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.